Ever wonder what really goes on behind those shiny airport walls? It's not just overpriced coffee and moving walkways. Airports are full of secrets, some clever, some creepy, and a few downright shocking. But don't worry, we're pulling back the curtain. These are the 15 airport secrets airlines hope you never find out. And at the end, I will share a bonus point you must see. Let's go. Picture this. You're late for your flight, your phone's dying, and you finally spot a free seat near security with a charging port. Perfect, right? Wrong. You just sat in a surveillance hotspot. Some airport seating areas are strategically placed to watch you. We're talking hidden cameras, built-in microphones, all silently collecting data while you scroll through Facebook. You think you're charging your phone, but you might be charging someone's Intel file instead. So if you're about to lose it over lost luggage, maybe don't rant next to the TSA kiosk. Big Brother might be listening. Ever notice how you suddenly slow down in the security line? No, it's not just your heavy carry-on. It's the carpet. Airports use something called cognitive friction. They switch the flooring from tile to soft carpet on purpose. Why? Because the change messes with your brain just enough to make you walk slower and calmer. It's subtle. But slower passengers are easier to control, screen, and move through checkpoints. It's not about comfort, it's behavioral design. So next time you shuffle across that plush hallway, remember, you're not just walking, you're being managed. You just cleared security. You're hot, tired, and your water bottle's empty. You spot a fountain and think, free hydration. Hold up, that fountain could be nastier than a gas station bathroom. Studies show many airport water fountains go weeks without a proper cleaning. We're talking mold, bacteria, biofilm, the works. And hundreds of travelers touch that button every single day. So if you're thirsty, buy the overpriced water. Yes, it's a ripoff, but at least it's not trying to infect you. Your immune system will thank you when you land. Think you're just another anonymous traveler in the crowd? Think again. Airport staff often get advance notice about certain passengers. VIPs, frequent flyers, and yes, people who've caused problems before. So if you once lost your cool at baggage claim, don't be shocked if you get a few extra glances next time. Flight attendants and gate agents aren't just there to smile. They're watching, assessing, and taking mental notes. It's not personal, it's protocol. But still, maybe save the meltdown for after the flight. You check your bag, wave it goodbye, and assume it's just going on a ride to the plane. But before it joins the pile of suitcases, your luggage goes on a solo high-tech mission. It passes through an explosive detection system with scanners powerful enough to make Superman blush. These machines inspect everything, not just what's visible, but what's inside your items too. And it happens fast. Advanced imaging, chemical sniffers, shape analysis, you name it. All before your bag even sees the conveyor belt. Don't worry, it's not judging your souvenir choices. It's just making sure your socks aren't hiding something dangerous. You get to the gate. It's packed. Overhead bins are full. And somehow, you don't have a seat. Welcome to Overbooking, the airline hustle they never really talk about. Airlines sell more tickets than there are seats on the plane. Why? Because they know some people won't show up. They've got data, algorithms, years of trends backing them up. But when everyone shows up, that's when passengers get bumped. And suddenly, your confirmed seat becomes, "We're so sorry, sir. It's legal, it's calculated, and it's all about squeezing every last dollar out of every flight." Nobody wants to talk about it, but yes, people sometimes pass away mid-flight. So what happens if it does? Do they announce it? Nope. Airlines use secret code words to keep things calm. Phrases like Jim Wilson or Operation Sunrise might sound harmless to us, but to the crew, they signal a very serious situation. It's all about avoiding panic and handling things discreetly. So if you ever hear something that sounds oddly formal over the intercom, you might be hearing a quiet emergency in progress. You're at the airport, you need cash, and there's an ATM right next to your gate. Super convenient, right? Not exactly. Those airport ATMs are money traps. They're notorious for sky-high fees, terrible exchange rates, and enough sneaky fine print to make your wallet cry. In some cases, you could lose 10% or more on a single withdrawal. And if you're using a foreign card, even worse. Here's the fix. Always withdraw cash before you get to the airport, or use your credit card for purchases once inside, because that quick cash grab could cost you way more than you expect. You settle into your seat. The tray table looks wiped. The seatbelt clicks. All seems clean, right? Not even close. Airplanes are basically flying Petri dishes. Hundreds of people from all over the world, breathing, sneezing, touching everything. And between flights, most planes get a quick surface wipe, not a full scrub down. The deep clean? Once a month, maybe. That tray table you're eating off could be dirtier than a public restroom stall. So pack sanitizing wipes. Wipe down your seatbelt, armrests, and tray before you settle in, because what you don't see might stick with you. You're hungry, your flight's delayed, and the only thing in sight? A sad sandwich for $14. Welcome to the world of airport markups. Everything, from bottled water to magazines to M&Ms, is priced like it's made of gold. Even those cheesy souvenir shirts cost more than a week of groceries. Why? Because you're trapped. Once you're past security, your options vanish. They know you're tired, hungry, and desperate, and they charge accordingly. So next time you're tempted by a $6 granola bar, remember you're not just paying for food. You're paying for the privilege of being stuck in an airport. Pack a snack. Your wallet will thank you. Ever wonder what happens to bags that never get claimed? They don't just sit in a dusty back room forever. Eventually, those lonely suitcases go to auction. Yes, really, airport auctions are a thing. After a certain amount of time, unclaimed luggage is sold off to the highest bidder. No one opens them first. No one checks what's inside. It's like a giant game of mystery box. You could end up with designer clothes, old flip-flops, or a taxidermy iguana. You never know. So if you ever check a bag, just remember, if it gets lost long enough, your suitcase might become someone else's surprise treasure. You've seen them. Those quiet airport lounges with plush chairs, free snacks, and peaceful vibes. You probably thought, must be nice, but that's not for me. Here's the secret. You don't need to be a millionaire or a frequent flyer elite. Many lounges offer day passes for a small fee, and some credit cards, even ones with no annual fee, include free access. You just have to know where to look. Instead of sitting by a noisy gate with a $5 coffee and nowhere to charge your phone, you could be sipping free cappuccino in a reclining chair. So next time you have a long layover, ask if your credit card or airline app unlocks a lounge. Because honestly, you do deserve a little peace before takeoff. Ever land in here, ladies and gentlemen? We've arrived early? Feels like a win, right? Well, not exactly. You've just been played by one of the oldest airline tricks in the book-padded flight times. Airlines often add extra minutes or even hours to their schedules. That way, even if your flight's running late, it still looks like it arrived on time. Or early. It's all about on-time performance stats. They look good, you feel good, and nobody complains. So next time you celebrate that early landing, just remember, you probably weren't early. They just told you that so you wouldn't notice the wait. You're cruising at 35,000 feet. All seems calm in the cockpit. But here's the twist. Your pilot might be asleep. And no, it's not a disaster. It's actually standard procedure on long-haul flights. Pilots take turns resting in hidden compartments or reclined seats, while the co-pilot or autopilot keeps things running smoothly. It's all tightly regulated and perfectly legal. In fact, well-rested pilots make for safer flights. Would you rather have your captain sleep now or nod off during landing? So don't panic. If the pilot's napping, that just means they're doing their job right. Ever see a plane take off with almost no passengers on board? It's not your imagination. That was a ghost flight. Why would an airline fly an empty plane? It all comes down to airport slot rules. Airlines must use their scheduled takeoff and landing slots or risk losing them to competitors. So instead of canceling flights, they'll sometimes fly an empty jet just to keep that valuable time slot active. It's costly, inefficient, and bizarre. But to the airline, it's worth it in the long run. So if you ever feel like the only one at the gate, you might just be stepping onto a plane. That's flying to nowhere, on purpose. You've just landed. The seatbelt sign dings off. Everyone rushes to the aisle, and then straight to the nearest bathroom at arrivals. Here's the problem. That bathroom? It's the busiest, dirtiest, and most stressful one in the entire airport. Every passenger from your flight and a few before are all trying to use it. There's a line out the door, paper towels everywhere, and no peace in sight. But here's a smarter move. Keep walking. Just head a little deeper into the terminal. You'll find quieter bathrooms that are cleaner, emptier, and actually stocked. It's a simple switch, but it turns that post-flight chaos into a much more civilized experience. So skip the stampede. Your bladder can wait 60 more seconds. Your dignity will thank you.